Buyers, sellers, are you waiting for the perfect time before you buy or sell, or are you looking to make a move ASAP? Hey guys, before I get into this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And it's a free, organic way to support my channel. Now let's get into it. A lot of buyers and sellers we're talking to are waiting for the perfect time. And today I want to share with you a little bit about what's going on with the market so that you can understand why it may be a great time to buy or sell now versus waiting. But remember, like I always say, real estate is very unique. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. So I'm not saying it's the best time for everybody, but for many people that are thinking about making a move, now does present an amazing opportunity. So before I get into why, let me talk a little bit about the market and what's going on. Inventory is still low. I know that's all everybody is talking about. Inventory's low, it's slim pickings, there's not a lot available. The bottom line is ever since the pandemic happened and we saw that buying surge because of the rates being in the 2s and 3%, we've never really been able to recover. So inventory is lower than it should be this time of year. That said, the good news is it's growing. It's growing very slowly. We're seeing about a 2% growth month over month, which means sellers are listing. Now, why are people not necessarily listing? Well, there's a lot of different reasons, but the two most common reasons that we're hearing is, Robert, there's really nothing out there for me to buy, so why should I sell? Or our interest rate is sub 4%, and if we sell, we lose that rate and we have to take a higher rate. So we're in a little bit of a bottleneck, but the most motivated sellers are listing and we are seeing growth. So if you're a buyer out there that's desperately looking for property, there is hope. Second factor that we're considering is the rates. The rates are volatile. We've seen them go all the way up to in the 8s, and they've kind of settled now where they're in like the, high 6s, low 7s. And the bottom line is I feel like we're gonna be sitting here for a little bit of time. It's become the new norm. So when I talk to buyers and sellers out there, why would I say now may be a great time to buy or sell? So let's start with the buyers. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the reality is the rates may not fall to where you're hoping they will fall. There's a lot of speculation out there that the rates will fall into the 5s sometime this year, but that may not happen. There's no guarantees. So if you're waiting for the rates to fall into the 5s, you may be waiting for something that may never happen. And so you got to ask yourself, do I want to not buy a home because I waited too long? Or are you willing to take the risk? Do you want to make the move now? These are all questions you should be asking yourself. The second thing about right now what's going on is prices are still going up. So because inventory is low, it's a simple case of supply and demand. Right now, although the rates are higher and although affordability isn't as good as it was a couple of years ago, buyers still want to buy. Demand is still very strong. We're still seeing multiple offers. So what happens is as you're on the sidelines waiting for the rates to fall, which they may never fall, the prices continue to go up, which means that when you finally do say, I'm ready to buy, enough's enough, you might be spending 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10% more for a house than if you were to buy today. The third thing you should consider as a buyer is, what if rates do fall? What if they do go into the 5s? What do you think is gonna happen? Well, you're waiting for them to fall into the 5s. Guess who else is waiting for them to fall into the 5s? Tons of other buyers are on the fence waiting for the rates to fall into the 5s. So if you're seeing multiple offers in this market where rates are in the high 6s and low 7s, what do you think is gonna happen when the rates go into the high 5s, the mid 5s, the low 6s? We're gonna see significantly more competition, and that competition is gonna raise prices even more. And the fourth bonus that you should consider if you're thinking about buying now is if you buy now with the assumption that rates are not gonna fall and you know you can afford it, if the rates do fall, the best part is you can get probably a free refinance, if not at a minimum a refinance. Most lenders right now are offering free refinances if you work with them again. And here's the cool thing is most of the buyers that didn't buy that are sitting on the fence are now competing against 10 times more buyers versus you were intuitive. You bought when the rates were higher with less competition, and now that the rates have fallen, you're gonna refinance and secure a lower monthly payment for the next 30 years. So that's a huge value add for the buyers out there. If you're a seller right now, the reason why you may want to consider selling sooner than later is that you essentially have no competition. And that is changing over time. We're seeing more listings being added month over month. But right now, homes are selling for absolute top dollar. Now, check this out. If rates do fall, we're probably gonna see more homeowners listing, because one of the main reasons why we're not seeing a lot of homeowners listing is because there's nothing for them to buy and the rates are higher than they want them to be to make that move. But if the rates fall, we're gonna start seeing homeowners listing because they're gonna go, hey, now I can actually buy at a fair rate, so I'll list my house. So what's gonna happen when the rates fall is, if you list during that time period, of course there's gonna be more buyers looking for properties because the rates are more affordable, but you're also gonna have a lot more competition, and that competition may lead to eyeballs leaving your property and going to other properties, and you might be selling for less. So look, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going on in the future, but we can speculate based on educated conjecture. And right now, although it may not seem like a great time to buy, actually presents lots of different opportunities for buyers and sellers. So I'd like to know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Comment below and let me know. Do you think now is a good time to buy or sell, or do you think right now is a bad time to buy or sell? I'll talk to you guys next time.